guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about reading slumps and some tips and tricks to get over a reading slump. Now you might be asking, Sophie, what's a reading slump? I don't know what that is. If you don't know what it is, you possibly have never been in one, and that's fine. But some people, like myself, I've been in a reading slump for probably months. It's basically where you're really into reading, you're reading one after the other, you're getting really good books, but you get to a point where you just can't finish them, you can't go any further forward with them, and it just makes reading feel like a chore. Now, that is not the same for everybody. Some people push through this reading slump, or they just take it as they're just not enjoying the book, so they DNF or put it aside for another day. I found for myself that I've read books I've enjoyed, but they haven't made me feel like satisfied about reading the book. And I've got like 3/4 of the way through and just been ready for it to be over. But reading slumps are fine, it happens. And I'm going to tell you like a few things just to help you get over the reading slump. So number one is, if you're used to reading in one specific genre, go to another one. I read only really romance or fantasy or romantasy, so it is suggested, to go on to a new genre. So Tia suggested to go on to like a thriller. So I think I'm going to try the Cinnamon Falls, is that called Cinnamon Falls Mystery, which has a little bit of romance in, but it's mostly like a mystery novel. So you can do that. You can go into a book that's completely out of your comfort zone. So say if you're only used to reading romance, like, yeah, go to a crime book, because it'll give your brain like a rest with reading the one genre, because after a while they do all blend into one and they do start to all feel exactly the same, and it makes you not want to enjoy them. So yeah, go to a different genre, go to something different, pick up something that you would never pick up, or get a friend to pick your book, and you might find yourself a new genre to enjoy, and you might find that it pushes you past your reading slump. Now, for if any reason that doesn't work, I find as well it's helpful to read a favourite. So say you could read Fourth Wing again, or let's say if that was one of your favourite books, or read a romance that is just an easy read and a quick read, and you know that you've enjoyed the book, so you're still reading and you're still getting the enjoyment out of reading, but you're just reading something that you've read before, you know you've liked it, and you might even read it again and find something that you didn't in the book that you didn't notice before, like a new plot point or a new perspective, and that can sometimes be really helpful. One of the things you could do as well is just have a break, have a reading break, have a week where you don't read anything and just have a rest. You can pick up something else another time, just have a week where you don't read anything. I know for a lot of people that's not something they like to do, which is absolutely fine, but sometimes it's just what you need. You just need a break, and to not read anything for a week or even more, go back into it with something fresh, and you can go from there. Now, there are only a few suggestions. There is so many more that could get you out of a reading slump. If you were still in the reading slump, it could just be that you're just not finding the enjoyment out of it. Everything's been samey, and you may need to try all of these things I've suggested maybe a couple of times before you find something that sticks. But remember, a reading slump is absolutely fine. It happens. It's just a part of the reading journey, and if it's giving you anxiety, or if it's giving you worry because you want to enjoy the books, like, again, it's a normal feeling. We're all different. And yeah, if you found any of those suggestions helpful, please let me know, and if you have any more, do put them in the comments, because I'd love to know your suggestions of how you get out of a reading slump, or if you're in a reading slump and what you're trying to do to get out of it. But yeah, for now, I'll see you in the next video.